How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to history and many things. In reference to details of the facts and history of this hostage situation and testimonies of people against these people holding me hostage. And oh yeah, and somebody wants it known that there are some people in this country that do like me, and people that do like, they did like my parents, of course, and family history. So, some people want to make some comments about that. That's pretty good. But, in reference to people slandering my character, people slandering my parents, people slandering my intellect, blocking me from my trust funds, blocking me from my mother and father's mansions, people blocking me from my rights of freedom, and there needs to be videos of why these people are blocking me. I got kidnapped from the property. The time and date needs to be documented, and the news needs to do a story outside the mansion of my mother and father's property where I had gotten kidnapped, and they need to read the information from a certified police record of where my mother had filed kidnapping charges even when I'd gotten kidnapped before. And it needs to be read on television. It needs to be read on camera, meaning they need to say it on camera. And they need to put it on YouTube. They need to put it on a website, or a specific website, Court TV. This is a very serious thing in reference to the absurdity of people pretending like they didn't think this had newsworthy credibility. These people have been burning me for over 27 years, 22 years and certain acknowledgments, and then they broke 5 of my front teeth, and they've prevented them from healing. Then they broke a molar back here. My dental records are on record. Did the news do a investigation to find out what person these satellite controllers was trying to call me? What race and what religion was these people that tried to call me a different person, some criminal? They were trying to call me some criminal. We need those news reports. It's obligatory. In reference to, the places where I had been kidnapped, the places I was held hostage at, the news needs to do reports on those locations too, outside those locations. Such as such and such time that he was held hostage here, such and such time he was held hostage there. When they had kidnapped him from here, and then they was traveling and ended up here. It's all it's on record. My mother even bought houses that they were holding me hostage in back in the 80s. Do you know that? We need that information put on the news. We need the news and other celebrities and entertainers to state the information of who my mother and father are. Of course, I've performed as a different artist in different, genres of media, but this is about my biological parents. That other information is going to be documented too, and people know that I had to perform under different stage names and different names in Hollywood for protection reasons. So, for particulars of which, so people wouldn't try to kidnap me, or they wouldn't try to hurt me to steal my mother and father's estates. Yeah, right. And in reference to the reason of that was, this is beyond that point now. Of course, all the characters and entertainers that I've performed as under character names of the studios and movies and television shows have to be announced in reference to costumes that I've worn, or different makeup of cosmetic makeup. No, never had no plastic surgery, so don't even try that. And, movies and TV and television and music has to be acknowledged too. But, first of all, they can mention that too, just throw it out there. And, the real protocols in the media. It was in movies I was in, TV shows I was in too, and movies and TV shows that other people was in. So this is very important in reference to the facts of history and the fact of this hostage situation. And we need the news to report why these people are doing this. That motherfucker just tried to communicate, calling me a racist. I've had girlfriends of different ethnicities and nationalities, and you can get prosecuted by your own race And you can get prosecuted by every ethnicity and every race of people that are friends of mine. Celebrities and entertainers that are friends of mine can sue you for your defamation of character, your fraudulent accusations of calling me a racist. You're just jealous because some of my girlfriends are better than your girlfriends, or better looking or more attractive. My teeth are documented. That's one of the worst things you could have ever fucking done, was damaging my face or teeth, man. And other things that you've done. I mean, I'm not discounting the activity of your crimes, you know. You people have tried to steal billions of dollars of my royal money. Monies that my parents had gave to me. My parents had no connection to you or your political parties. We need every single thing that these people have tried to accusate. And this government man tried to say something in reference to mentioning slang words in a description or a mentioning of information of what all the different types of slang words that people had called me as their way of trying to pick fights with me. I have friends that are black, friends that are white, and you know, a lot of them are entertainers or celebrities and people that have known me from schools or people that are friendly, you know, in reference to, and the private schools that I went to, they need to go into court against these people too, you know, and the other schools, any of the schools I went to, and they need to prosecute these people for their hostage crimes. And in reference to, you know, my mother and father's mansions, you know, that needs to be shown on television, time and date when I got kidnapped from the mansions. I'm the owner forever. They're hitting me in the throat. Satellite man is. So why'd you damage my teeth, government man? Because you thought your teeth looked like mine? You tried to copy my teeth and you tried to put it on your picture? I've had the same dentist for over 40 years. My mother and father's teeth looked like my teeth. You damaged my face and teeth because you were trying to steal sperm and you were trying to call me your child as your way of trying to gain access to terrorizing my life. They hit me in the throat. That's from a satellite. So, you know, in reference to the news media, of course, you know, any of the news networks, you know, I have newscaster credentials too. So, you know, in reference to any of them sending me some letters in the mail about possibly working at some news crew or news network, you know where the address is at, right? Which news network doesn't know where the address is at? I mean, in reference to working as a newscaster in the future, or if I get information in reference to that, or working at the Screen Actors Union, because I'm supposed to have an office there, isn't it? Isn't there supposed to be an office there for me? And paychecks, and because I'm supposed to be on the Screen Actors Union board for a lot of reasons, and some other media entertainment acknowledgments and low CNN. You know, people got to do all the reporting. You got to get all the information. This is going to be a big thing, you know, big documentation of history of what these people have tried to do to me, what they did to my parents, and investigating the accusators. Who they are, where they came from, who they're related to, where'd they come up with their lies and their tricks, what race and religion are they, what political ties did they have when they murdered my parents, what political ties do they have now, these people that are holding me hostage and these people slandering my intellect and my character. See, I got a little nose. The video always makes my nose look big. I have big teeth, but the satellite man has damaged my teeth. And see, don't forget, government man, you know, having a little nose is a special quality. I mean, other people's got their other qualities too, and, you know, it's whatever. But this is about you physically assaulting me. So my physical features is what is important in reference to the details of prosecuting you for your defacing and mutilation. Other people have their own features. This is about me and my rights. This is about my family history. This is about my mother and father's estates. This is about my career that your people are trying to steal. Your people holding me hostage. Your people slandering my character and defamating my character. Your people and your tricks of your manipulations. All has to be investigated. So in reference to a news network that wants to hire me in a different city and state or something, the address over here is 315 in Indianapolis. You guys should know that. CNN knows where I'm at. ESPN knows where I'm at. A lot of sports teams know where I'm at. A lot of people know I'm an athlete. And the Olympics committee, they probably know where I'm at too. So in reference to the Olympics and Olympic coaches and sports fans or sports coaches that have known me, and this is very important. So in reference to the history of things, it's got to be documented, and it's got to be in the media, and it does take precedence over other stories of other people's. But it's usually you just hire another news crew that does. They can even make a specific new channel about me and my mother and father and grandparents and put it on, the internet and on TV just for the meantime, or if just in case there's other big stories of things in the future too. But this is about my rights and the attention to this subject of what's going on, of these people holding me hostage, these people slandering my character, these people stealing from my mother and father's mansions, these people denying my rights, these people denying my identity, these people causing me physical injury. When you mess with my teeth, man, and you messed with my face, and you tried to mess with my specific qualities and other things, you're going to have to get prosecuted. That Royal Protocol is a blueprint of my identity. You're not supposed to be touching me or putting your writings or your scars on my body, government man. The Royal Protocol is a blueprint of my identity. And you don't have a right, and you've never had no right, and you don't have a right blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. And the news network needs to interview specific people of California government to ask them why they have allowed these people to kidnap me and why they allowed them to hold me hostage. And my mother and father's mansions in Beverly Hills need to be advertised. Everything needs to be advertised. Do you understand that? The whole fucking situation all these years. Royal Protocol of my identity is in the media 24 hours a day, and it's been there every single second that anybody has been on television in America. And these people blocking me from having a girlfriend, these people blocking me from my money, these people trying to gold dig on my mother and father's estates. Did anybody go over to Duke Farms and ask them if they know who I am? Did anybody go to the studios and ask them if they know who I am? It's never signed, never gave, never sold, never. I'm the owner forever, no matter what anybody thinks. Whether you like me or not, I don't really give a shit, because I'm the real owner. And these people have been trying to reap the benefits of my mother and father's companies while they've been trying to steal everything from me. They just hit me in the teeth right there. Somebody needs to get into the psychology of this satellite controller and ask him why he damaged my teeth. And who do they think they are doing these things? It's very important. See, this is chapstick. See how little my nose is? They smashed in my face on this side too. See, this is the chapstick. See how little my nose is? See what chapstick is. See how little my nose is? And this government man's trying to make big nose videos. I mean, I got, from my ethnicity and nationality, there are people with large noses and they're cool. It's not about that. This is about me, my rights, my family history. I've had some associated uncles that had big noses. Whoopity-doo, no big deal. They got a lot of character, and most of them got pretty good-looking girlfriends or whatever, or wives or whatever, But this is not about that. This is about my rights and my mother and father's estates, and these people terrorizing me, these people holding me hostage, these people blocking me from finances that my mother and father had set up for me, and a list on the website. Maybe the news media can make a website which has to have a list of all the people that was holding on to monies. And obviously we could say that and see how long that for somebody to make videos about that, or which girls was under contract that wanted to date me, or which other celebrity families. Some of them may have wanted me to date their daughter or whatever. I'm not sure. In reference to publicity. This is very serious in reference to human rights violations of government and the government trying to steal media companies. That's treason. It even tells you on FCC laws that the government's not allowed to control the media. It tells you that. So in reference to the information, in reference to history of things, lots of things have to be investigated. Lots of things have to be acknowledged. But, my mother had documents that said I was supposed to receive money. And the documents even said how much money I was supposed to have had access to on a daily basis. Financial standards that my parents had paid for, had set up financially for me. And in reference to my mother and father's mansions. Oh, and hello, Walt Disney World and other studios. How y'all doing? And hello, modeling industry. And that satellite man's been trying to shrink me all the time. Trying to make me shorter. And every time they burn the mouth, they burn blood, they burn teeth, they burn saliva, they're burning hydration. So they must get tried for dehydration, attempts of murder. Their activity of trying to dry rot teeth and bones of the face and mouth, those people must get prosecuted for treason. And hello, Italian Embassy, and Europe and other friendly countries, hello Asia, and hello Mexico, and hello Canada, and hello friendly countries around the world, in reference to friendly people. And hello Holocaust Museum, and hello Catholic churches, and Jewish churches, and hello friendly religions. Lots of things of importance. But, in reference to the news media, they are obligated to do this story. I need money, and I need information of which address of my mother and father's mansions I should travel to. If anybody had sent any keys for any house or mansion or property in Beverly Hills or California in a friendly location or something, never received them. Nobody's told me nothing. And the California treasurer, I don't know if you've tried to send money or not. But I got kidnapped from California, and the fact that people are not making this into a big media bonanza is neglect. The role protocol is in the media, and we need to know which person is orchestrating this hostage situation. So much information. In reference to females, I can hang out with females and just be friends with females. There's a lot of things going on. It's kind of like, I'm not sure which celebrity female wants to date me or which model or actress, but somebody, you all have to make some statement in the media. You have to kind of push it through, like whether you're a female friend of mine and you want to just hang out, because I'd hang out with my female friends. I'd hang out with other celebrity friends too. When my friends that are celebrities have been in movies, the role protocol's been there. This is a propaganda crime of government. And their defamation of character of damaging my teeth. What is that? What are you trying to do about? Why'd you do that, government man? I mean, what is that? What does that say about a person? when you've done these things. There's a chapstick. Chapstick. So in reference to my nose size, and I have a California driver's license too, and no, I haven't received anything about my CDL. I mentioned all the information. They have surveillance video on the range lot there. They know that truck was bullshit, and they did it intentionally. Because they even had a truck for my test that day, but then I couldn't use that truck because it was the fifth wheel and slide plate was too close to the trailer landing gear. And then when he went out there when we were out there, we're doing my pre-trip, he's like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta go tell my boss this. So he went back in, and then I couldn't use that truck because for all strange reasons, I guess the fifth wheel would not unlock. The slide plate would not unlock from the trailer. So I couldn't use it because he had to move it so the tractor could turn with the trailer on it. But for some reason, it wouldn't unlock. So I couldn't use the new serviced truck that they had there. And I had to use the shitty-ass truck with a bad power steering. And it made me point. You gain points when you're trying to park it. And it messed up. I haven't received any of the CDL information in the postal mail either. So anyways, and celebrity entertainers that are on the friends list. This is very important in reference to which people are on the friends list. Because the government has stolen it every time. And guys tried to send me their phone numbers. They've stolen them every time. And that's violation of my rights, my friends, and family history of my parents. These people, and the Beverly Hills Council, I don't know what you guys are doing, but obviously you haven't been in court or something. The deeds department needs to question the Beverly Hills Council and say, hey, what's going on? I'm the owner of my mother and father's mansions. I'm the owner of certain neighborhoods that my mother and father owned, of course. And there has to be court cases and investigations and news network stuff. It's a must. Royal Protocol, my identity is in the media 24 hours a day. Oh, and if somebody was doubting whether I'm a royal, you need to show up in any police station or any courthouse in America and ask them. Unless the news network puts it on the news. I haven't seen even one news story about me. And I own Hollywood Studios. And I'm supposed to have a limousine 24 hours a day. Whether I'm using it or not. I'm supposed to have access to a limousine 24 hours a day. What are they doing? Driving some impersonator around? And all these clowns trying to steal everything from me? They need to do stories on that too. Maybe the foreign press or the international media needs to send people into America because people aren't getting it done. People are not getting the information out there. That's the point. It's a lot of information. So in reference to females and friends in Hollywood, I haven't even seen one video on YouTube of anybody saying they know me. Or any females that wanted to date me, or females that I was in relationships with and got kidnapped from those relationships by these government people that had kidnapped me from females that I had been hanging out with or staying with, or some of them had stayed with me, which some of them might have been, or one of them might have been a potential wife or a girlfriend or a relationship, basic information. Females can state certain information about, the situation of these men kidnapping me from my friends kidnapping me from my mother and father's mansions, and these people blocking me from having relationships. Somebody's got to do some stories, man. This is going to be lawsuits if people aren't going to do the story or the investigation of this situation. And I need money.